Hey everyone, so I'm back. Thank you for watching my unboxing video. If you did, I am today going to give you a 5-minute overview of the features of the ST3. You know, the ST3 has something in common with the ST5, and that is, well, quite a few things actually. But starting with its 27.5-inch wheels, which was really important to me when I was shopping for an e-bike. I ride mountain bikes a lot. And I was not comfortable with buying a 26-inch wheel bike just because I know that they have gone completely obsolete in other categories, and they're soon to go obsolete in e-bike categories as well, I believe. This bike does come with the Pirelli tires, and at first glance it looks like they're the same as the ST5, but they're actually a different model of this Cycle E tire. This is an ST, and I think it's meant to be a little bit more of a touring tire and a little less of a performance tire, which is just fine with me if that translates to better wear. And for me, it handles extremely well, and I've ridden a lot of motorcycles on the racetrack and dragged knees and this and that, and this thing is handling plenty fine for me. So moving around here, the tires, the front fender is extremely solid. I've actually was really impressed with that. Was fairly easy to put on as well. It does have this daytime running light in the front here, which I can demo for you in a moment. The bike now just turned on, and I'll explain to you why that turned on all by itself in just a minute, which is good timing here. It does have a built-in light. I'm forgetting exactly what model this is. This isn't the Supernova light that comes on the ST5. It is a little bit downgraded from that, but it still works extremely well. And built in here, for those of you who are not familiar with Stromer, it does have a USB plug here for your phone, for your accessories, etc., that you can actually charge things off of the bike itself. So that's kind of covering the front of the bike here. The fork is a fixed fork. They are making a suspension fork for this bike, for the ST5 as well. Excuse the light there for a minute. I'm going to come around this side, and this is a fixed fork. However, the inverse upside down suspension fork that's promised for this bike is not out yet. This is an aluminum fork. I understand that the ST5 comes with a carbon fork, which would be a little bit more comfortable, I would imagine, but they had to save some money somewhere there. Okay, so moving around, we did cover a little bit of this in the first video, but I really do like the integrated stem on this bike. You can see that all the cables and such are all built in through the stem, through the frame, which is really quite a nice feature. As well, we have the TRP brakes, which are extremely powerful. I'm actually super impressed with these, and I ride a XTR equipped mountain bike, and I'm a huge stickler when it comes to brake feel. And these are amazing, completely amazing brakes. So moving around here, we have, this is where you charge the battery here. This is a magnetic little door here that you just push out of the way. And once you put the charger in there, it just magnetically finds its way and aligns with those pins. And so that's kind of a nice little feature. This is the battery, obviously. You can release the battery either through the menu, or you can release the battery also using your phone as well. And I'm going to have a sort of a separate episode overviewing all the features of the Omni System. You can see I've been running a little bit in the mud here. You can see that this protrusion underneath here, and this is actually the electronic horn. So you can hear that there. And that's a mixed blessing, actually, because while it's nice to have something to get people out of your way, when I'm on a bike path or something like that and I'm trying to keep a lower profile, I oftentimes want a bell instead of a horn. I don't want them to recognize this as an e-bike. So I might put a bell on it as well, and that I don't have yet. I'm gonna do a separate episode too about sort of some of the modifications I'm gonna do to this, light modifications, things I'm gonna add to it and such, and that will come in a later episode. So you can see here, we got a system error here. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Restart the vehicle. Oh, no, we got it. Okay, so you can see here, and it's very difficult to see through the camera, but we have the battery life, which is at 69% right now, and it's at level 3. I've been riding it around today, and it was being ridden last night as well. Moving back here, the seat I would give a it's an ergon seat, and I would give this probably a C+. It's not super comfortable, but then again, I'm not used to riding bikes without without proper riding gear as well, and it's been riding it around. It's a nice looking seat, but it doesn't necessarily provide the comfort that I would want. Seat post, nothing spectacular there. And you come back here and you can see the Stromer TRP brakes. Again, extremely nice brakes. If I were, I give those an absolute A+. If I were to give them a letter grade, and they are some of the most powerful brakes that I've ever had. I actually just saved my skin when somebody made a right turn in front of me recently, and it's been absolutely amazing. This does have the Sino Drive 2, which is their newest iteration of the Sino Drive. It is a Stromer specific motor, and the differences are it's a bit more powerful, and it is far more seamless in terms of the way that the power integrates when you pedal. So that's what I've been told, at least. I haven't ridden a lot of other Stromers, although I have ridden ST1s, ST2s that were prior generations. We have the 11-speed Shimano drivetrain here with the XT. Get into here, XT Shadow derailleur. Okay, and then we come over to the back here, and you'll see that this is actually where, it has an integrated brake light. They've actually upgraded this year because of the European standards that are required. It's a bit brighter. It also has a built-in brake light. When you hit the brakes, it does come on. And this piece here, interestingly, is a plastic piece that if you saw my unboxing, I was actually trying to figure out what it did. Well, it does exactly this. It actually fits in where the license plate mount usually would go. And when I took the reflector off here and the metal plate that accompanied it, I was kind of bummed out because I thought, wow, this would be something I'd want to cover up, those holes. And then I found out that this plate snaps right on, which is actually really nice. Nice little Stromer detail there. So anyway, got the rack here. I am getting pannier bags. I actually think that they just arrived. I heard a UPS truck pull up. And I will be back with you with a deeper review of the Omni System and other features.